Welcome to Nugget 94 with Steve Groman. Let's get deeper into this black hole thing. Let's start with this Colossians verse so that people keep this in mind as they listen to some of these things that we're going to talk about today.
Colossians 2:8, once again in the NLT, says, "Don't let anyone capture you with empty philosophies and high-sounding nonsense that come from human thinking and from the spiritual powers of this world rather than from Christ."
We want to invite you to get our misconceptions about space. We're covering different issues in these nuggets for a more comprehensive and explanatory lesson on all these topics. I want to recommend you get this lesson. It is super popular.
I want to throw out the definition of science fiction. Science fiction is highly imaginative fiction, typically involving some actual or projected scientific phenomena. Just kind of keep that in mind as we go through here today also. This article from BBC says, in bold, astronomers have taken the first ever image of a black hole, which is located in a distant galaxy. Once again, remember, image is something created, although it makes it seem like it's a picture, the way it's worded there.
It says that the image shows an intensely bright ring of fire, as Professor Fauci describes it, surrounding a perfectly circular dark hole. The bright halo is caused by superheated gas falling into the hole. The light is brighter than all. How does he know this, and where does the color come from?
Well, wait till we see how far away this thing is. It says it measures 40 billion kilometers across, 3 million times the size of Earth.
Again, minimizing Earth.
Minimizing Earth.
And
all of this is about it.
God's prized possession.
And they say it's a monster. They say it's 500 million trillion kilometers away. It was photographed. It was not photographed, but it says it was photographed by a network of 8 telescopes across the world. Of course, it's called the Event Horizon Project.
And here's Dr. Fauci. He's the chair of Event Horizon Telescope, and we talked about the Event Horizon in the previous nugget. What's interesting about him, and this is part of a video of his, one of his statements he makes, and now finally you see it as it looks like in your dreams. And this has been a dream of Dr. Fauci for 30 years, 40 years, something like that. We'll come across that in a minute.
It says, right in the shadow where light disappears, time seems to come to a standstill. Now,
how does he know this?
Okay, from all these distance, 500 million trillion kilometers away, it's just amazing. They say it's the center of this is in a distant galaxy 300 million trillion miles from Earth. They say it's 3.3 million times the size of Earth. It is so far out there and so massive, they say, yet they can see exactly what time does when it gets near it.
We were listening to a friend that has a YouTube channel. He was talking about that when astronomers, cosmologists start using these numbers, our brain just checks out whether we realize it or not.
We can't comprehend that.
Because we can't comprehend that.
No.
We can maybe comprehend that it's 20 miles to Grandma's house or San Francisco is
How far is it
2,000
all the
miles
way
away.
to-
When they say these numbers, our critical thinking turns off and we're just wowed by it. And it's high-sounding nonsense.
That comes from human thinking. Take a pen and paper and write 300 million trillion, not the words, but the zeros. Look at how many it takes miles away. It just is preposterous, but that is what they claim.
And when you hear about Event Horizon, you're going to hear the name Katie Bowman. And we want to shed a little bit different light on why she became so popular. She was a scientist. She's a postdoctoral fellow who contributed to the project. Keyword contributed. She became an instant hero for women and girls in STEM, which STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. A welcome symbol.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about the mathematicians?
Yes, really.
Sorry.
A welcome symbol in a world hungry for representation. That just seems a bit off. Public figures from Washington to Hollywood learned her name.
Interesting.
This other woman started talking about Katie, and she said that she is a woman in STEM myself. And she did this whole article on it's all about being a woman.
Well, yeah, because it starts off, she was by no means solely responsible for the discovery, but she was the name put out to the public that everybody assumes is the one responsible.
Well, there's that picture of her with her hands up by her face, and she looks so excited, and she did. She's the one who put the algorithm together that did this. But a lot of people are getting upset just because she made this cute little picture, and it went on social media. It went viral that she became like the star of this whole project.
Yeah, we're not trying to pick on her specifically in and of itself. The fact is, the way the media just grabs onto some portion of something and puts it out, and everybody tend to believe what is first presented without ever looking at the research behind it and finding out. Oftentimes what we're presented with, not just this issue, but anything, it's just not the way that it's presented.
Here's a quote from this article. We love this photo too because she looks so happy, says Miss Usim, who said she got
Shivers?
She got shivers when she saw the image of a black hole. I think her expression really captures how we all felt when we first saw it. That's really sweet. There is another woman who worked on the project, and she was very upset because she said there were women on the project, there were men on the project, and it didn't have anything to do with whether you were a woman or a man on the project. One of the guys on her team, he went to the telescope down in Antarctica.
And they made it into a woman
Right,
thing.
they turned the issue, and I don't even think Katie probably, I know that she was, really kind of astounded at how it went. She's actually Dr. Bowman. She will soon become an assistant professor at California Institute of Technology. She indeed played a significant role in the imaging process. There we go, imaging process, which involved researchers breaking up into teams to map the data and compare and test the images they created, while she led the development of an algorithm to take a picture of a black hole, an effort that was the subject of a TED Talk she gave in 2016. Her colleagues said that technique was not ultimately used to create this particular image. That paragraph
It's a fascinating statement.
needs to be analyzed and looked at critically by all of you watching this or listening to this nugget. The information they gathered was too much to be sent across the internet. Instead, the data was stored on hundreds of hard drives that were flown to central processing centers in Boston and Bonn, Germany, to assemble the information. Katie Bowman, a PhD student at MIT, developed an algorithm that pieced together the data from the EHT. Here is a picture of Katie with her hard drives. And here are a few pictures of Katie giving her Event Horizon Telescope TED Talk. Here she is at Caltech talking about the results from the different patch models, and she's just going over with this class how they put the project together. The image on the left is a black hole, and this is how they wanted it to look, and then the dots could form also these astronomical forms, or they could just become pictures of people or elephants. And then she was talking about the room for error, and it's nuts because they talk about how they have these telescopes across the Earth, and as we're spinning through space, as they say, and we're catching different points that they're gathering together. Somehow this makes sense to somebody, not sure who. This is kind of a classic statement that she's got in here on her slide. Did we prove Einstein was right? Short answer, no. But we didn't prove he was wrong. And again, here's just one of her slides reconstructing an image and how she discusses this. And if you are really up for it, listen to one of these lessons that she gives on it, and it will help you to understand just how completely unscientific this project really was. This nugget's getting long, and so we're going to split it up and finish up on the black hole and give you some information on some people that have actually contested this project. Thank you. We hope you are enjoying these nuggets and the longer videos that we are posting on our YouTube channel, Steve Groman, and our Facebook pages, A Creation Seminar and Steve Dana Groman. This is a listener-supported ministry. Please tell your friends and family about our YouTube channel and our Facebook pages. If you are blessed by these nuggets and could become a monthly partner with us, that would be greatly appreciated. Or if you could consider giving a one-time donation to help us continue to produce these nuggets. Thank you.